So it's going to take us a lot of work. So 2010 is not the answer. 2012 is not the answer. Nor is 2014, 16. The answer is the American people and being involved in their government the rest of our lives. That's the answer. It's going to take a lot of work. You owe that work to the founding fathers. You owe that work to the men and women of the military who protected your rights, your freedoms, your liberties. You owe it to them. It's your responsibility, and it's something that we failed a long time ago, for the last 40 or 50 years at least. You know, Barack Obama is not really the enemy. We've been going down this path for the last 20, 30, 40 years now. Now, he might have hit the fast forward button a little bit, but quite frankly, it's still the American people who have the power. You just have to exercise that power. You have to become educated and informed. And that's really hard because you got to wade through a bunch of junk from Fox News to CNN to MSNBC. You have to sit there and listen, you have to sit there and read, and then you have to actually be able to discern exactly what's going on. And that's not easy. I mean, I spend hours a day on the internet reading books, reading my encyclopedias, trying to learn the history of this great country and what we've gone through, what we've done. You know, there's a lot of things that, man, that America can be proud of, but it's not spoken about very often. It's in hushed tones because the left, the liberals, not the Democrats, I'll get to that in a second, the left, the liberals, do not want you to be proud to be Americans anymore. They want you to think it's a disgusting, terrible thing and that we owe the world for our greatness, and I say no. Listen, if there's one thing you can take away from here, actually there's two that I want you to take away from here today. One is the greatness of America. I mean, America is the most incredible country in the world. I grew up on stories all my life. I grew up on stories all my life about the greatness of America. All my family's been in every war America's ever fought in. You know, instead of having lullabies sung to me when I was a child, my uncle sang Jodies to me. You don't know what Jodies are? Those are the songs that we sing when we're marching down the avenue or whatnot. You know, my uncles went to Vietnam, six went, 5.5 came back. My great-grandpas and grandpas, World War II, World War I, Korean War. I mean, I've learned about bravery and honor and courage, sitting at the knees of these guys and hearing the stories and the love of their country. And my God, this is a great country. And I just want you to know how much I love this country. That's why I'm here. The most incredible thing to me in my life is my son. You know, I fought for 9 years to get custody of him, and to this very second, standing before you here, that's the greatest accomplishment that I've ever had in my life. And I'd much rather be with him right now, but my responsibility as American dictates that I be here in front of you right now. You know, that's how serious I take this. So you got to ask yourself, what's important to you? What's going to convict you? Because I'm not here to motivate you. Motivation you can lose, but convictions, you take a man or woman that's convicted about something, man, they will move mountains. They will make changes that need to be made because it's something that's deep in their soul and it doesn't get changed. Motivation is one of those things that comes and goes, but convictions are serious. So what's your convictions? What's going to bring you about to make changes in your life? That's what you got to ask yourself. I mean, you think about the convictions of John Adams. I read the books, and then I guess they did a mini-series on HBO. I don't watch TV, I don't know. But I remember reading in the very first couple chapters how this guy would ride 400 miles across the freezing snow for a meeting. Just a meeting about how, what we're going to do, how we're going to make this country America, how's it going to work. I mean, each and every one of you guys, jumped in a car, turned on the air conditioner and the heater, turned on your country music and came here. It wasn't very difficult for you to get here is what I'm saying. So what are you going to do when you leave here? How are you going to get involved? How are you going to make that change? And I'm not one of these people who sit there and do as I say, not as I do. And I'm not going to blow smoke up my skirt or nothing here. But I did run for an office in my community. And I'm part of the Republican committee in my hometown. And I don't like the Republicans that are currently in office there, but I'm going to make the change because I'm going to be involved in it myself.